any other documents or evidence that would be responsive to that other than the 5 documents that Mr. Parrish provided to me today.
I do not.
And we'll go through those later.
I do also send to you Exhibit B.
Let me pull that up. And I could share my screen, or you can look at them on your screen, or if you'd like to do it. Is one better than the other?
Let's try sharing your screen, and I will do this from home, so let's step away for a second, let my dog out the door, but I'm,
Okay. All right, bear with me. 1 sec. I'll get the little screen for you. Joe, well, he's saying you can use the check on the screen.
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
yes, I see that.
Okay, great. So, Mr. Goodman, this is the Exhibit E. Well, let me go back.
So Exhibit A to deposition is going to be the notice and the subpoena. Exhibit B is going to be this 6-page document. It is harming word to Exhibit E as in L dog, because this was used in an earlier deposition of Schwartz at the end of 2024. So that's the name. It's the exhibit. That's what we've seen before. Do you recall this 6-page Exhibit B?
Yeah. Yes.
And are all these? Did you get a chance to review these yesterday when I sent them to you?
I thought you sent them this morning, but yes, I did review them.
Okay. And then very simply, there's 6 checks. Are all of these checks from you individually to Mr. Schwartz?
Could you scroll through real quick just so I can make sure?
Yeah. Yes. So here's the first one. Page 82. Page 3. Page 4. 5. 6.
Yes, sir.
Are all 6 of these checks in Exhibit B you related to the same transaction or the same matter, or are they for different things?
They're really related to the same business transaction.
And is it that we can discuss in a little more detail, but is it that you came to Oral House?
Correct.
What was the transaction the lady after that house?
Or there was it was basically a flip. There was a distressed seller, and Mr. Schwartz had a contract to purchase the house. He assigned it to myself and another friend, and we purchased it and then flipped it shortly thereafter.
And that had been somewhere around. Well, straight by question. Is the assignment occur in January 2021?
That's when the assignment agreement was executed.
You provided to me an assignment with a date January 29, 2021. Am I interpreting this correctly that you and one other person were to pay Mr. Schwartz $30,000 for the assignment?
At closing, the deal closed.
Okay. And then how is it that well, information go back. The 6 checks in Exhibit B, I don't think they add up to $30,000. So can you tell me what those checks are and how they relate to the assignment?
Yeah. We had an agreement that I would provide proportional profit on the flip of the house. The $30,000 assignment fee was built in for purchase price of the house and was paid at closing by the title company, and then after the house sold, then we did pretty well. So Mr. Schwartz and I entered into an agreement on the windfall, so to speak.
And then why were they spread out over a period of about a month?
That's outside the scope of my question, so I'm going to choose not to answer that.
Is there any more payments that Mr. Schwartz is due from that transaction?
Nope.
And July Babbitt's conceptually clear. He was paid the 30, and then he was paid these 6 checks. That was all total paid.
What's that?
That he was paid $30,000 at closing, and then he was paid these 6 checks, and that was the sum total of the money he received from the Cape Coral House transaction.
I gave you a log to show you what he was paid in total from the Cape Coral House transaction. That exclusive of the closing. In other words, a log of checks that he was issued.
Is that the email log with your initials to David Schwartz?
Correct.
Okay. So that log shows me the checks, and then in addition to the checks on that log, he also received $30,000.
Correct.
What was the closing again?
I do not remember. It was sometime in 2021, and then the house was sold later in 2021.
And we'll mark these as exhibits later, but the email log, the first check date you've got is 10/20/21. Is it safe to assume that the closing was toward 10/21, 2021?
Yes.
Did anyone or any entity pay Mr. Schwartz money for arising from or relating to that deal other than you and the money he received from closing?
No.
Is there your understanding that he's paid in full for that transaction?
Yes.
And then the payment log, which we'll learn later, that's the sum total of the checks that you paid him for that Cape transaction.
Exclusive of what was paid at closing on this sign.
Other than the assignment, was there a written agreement or contract between you and Mr. Schwartz that relates to that transaction?
I believe there was. I couldn't find it.
And then what was the nature of it? Was it just the sharing of the excess profit?
The original deal.
Let me go back to Exhibit B. I think I'm still sharing that. It says, look, can you read for me for the first check? What's on the memo line there?
Hold on. I wrote commission for Cape House deal.
That's what that said?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second.
I read that.
What is that? It's the second one. I'm showing the second check. What is that memo line say?
Profit installment.
Another check.
Profit installment house.
Fourth check.
Cape house sale flip. I think it says. I think it says commission and profit, but I can't tell.
Fifth check.
Cape Coral flip house profit. Share.
And then the last check.
Profit share on Cape flip house.
Okay. And do you, since these are different amounts, or most of them are different amounts, you recall how that these figures were reached?
Well, the total that I had agreed to pay was $32,000. I ended up paying $800 on that, but that was based on approximately a percentage of the profit on the sale of the house.
Do you expect to pay Mr. Swartz any more money in the future, whether it be relating to this transaction or for any other reason?
No, no,
Do you owe Mr. Swartz any money for any reason?
no,
How about vice versa? Does he owe you any money?
no, not that I'm aware of. I mean, yeah, no, not that I'm aware of, other than what is claimed in, or may be claimed in the 2018 and 2019 cases, but he does not owe me personally anything.
And then let me ask you about a law firm. Has Mr. Swartz received any payments from a law firm? Again, this is in 2022.
No, no,
And do you expect that he's going to receive any payments from a law firm?
no.
And does the law firm owe Mr. Swartz any money as you sit here right now?
No.
Are you aware of anyone or any entity that has made payments to Mr. Swartz in 2024 or 2025?
Say that again?
Are you aware of anyone or any business entity making any payments to Mr. Swartz in 24 and 25?
So dollars and cents made payments to Mr. Schwartz in 24 and 25.
Okay. Anyone or anything else?
Not that I'm aware.
Or are you aware of anyone or any entity owing money to Mr. Schwartz in 24 or 25 that hasn't been paid?
I am not.
You mentioned dollars and cents. Is that Dollars and Cents Dealership Consulting, Inc.?
That is correct.
So we call that dollars and cents. You'll understand that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
And then you're the only officer and director?
Correct.
And that's been the case for a while, but at least since 2022, correct?
Correct.
And does Dollars and Cents have any employees since 2022?
No.
And that's my understanding, Mr. Schwartz was an independent contractor for Dollars and Cents, yes?
That is correct.
Was he ever a W-2 employee?
No.
And Dollars and Cents paid Mr. Schwartz by check for his services, is that right?
Correct.
Dollars and Cents pay Mr. Schwartz in some other way, whether it be electronic or any other way other than checks.
Not that I recall.
Did Dollars and Cents never pay a third party for Mr. Schwartz's work? In other words, no one possible option. Did they pay a company or a corporation for Mr. Schwartz's work?
The only thing I remember just from Mr. Schwartz's deposition was there was a payment that I made to cover a filing fee of like $50 or $80. I don't remember, but other than that, nothing that I know of.
And then you were invited up to provide me with provide us with an email log. I think it should be on the screen now. DNS or Dollars and Cents, David Schwartz. These are the checks.
That is correct.
So the check started in February 19, 2023 and ended May 2nd, 2025. Is that right?
That is correct.
Does Dollars and Cents owe Mr. Schwartz any money as we sit here today?
No.
And vice versa, does Mr. Schwartz owe Dollars and Cents any money or anything of value?
No, not that I know of.
I start sharing my screen here for a second. Let's just show you what Warlord is. Exhibit C. And it's 32 pages of actual dollars and cents. It was worth. This was Exhibit E. It is September 2024 Deposition. And I sent these to you earlier. Did you get a chance to take a look at these again?
I scrolled through them.
Okay. And so I'm going to roll through these. You just let me know if I'm going too fast. If you want to look at any of these. And then when we hit the end of this play, I'm going to ask you if these are all checks from dollars and cents to Mr. Schwartz. So we'll start here at page 1. Okay, so we hit the end, page 32. All of those checks that I put on the screen, are they checks on dollars and cents to Mr. Schwartz?
They look to be.
Okay, and that's for his consulting services?
Correct.
Looking at your payment log, the dollars and cents one to Mr. Schwartz, dollars, and then to name Mr. Schwartz for any reason prior to the free date, the February 19, 2023?
No, not that I know of.
Forgive me if I've asked this before. Dollars and cents, you named Mr. Schwartz in a means other than these checks?
Not that I'm aware of.
Dollars and cents issue in 1099 to Mr. Schwartz for his work in 2023?
Yes.
And what about in 2024?
I believe so, but I can't. I don't know off the top of my head.
Do you typically issue the 1099s in January of the next year? Is that how you typically operate?
Generally, yes.
In his dollars and cents planning to issue a 1099 to Mr. Schwartz in January 2026 for work for 2025, or are you planning on issuing it earlier since he'll stop working?
I had not given that any thought yet.
Okay. All of those 32 checks in Exhibit C that I rolled through, are they all for his consulting services?
Correct. Yes.
I noticed that I can scroll through some of these. It's some have notations on the memo line, and others do not. So, for example, on page 1, it looks like it says consulting services. And then on page 3, blank, and on other ones on blank, and then something that says it's consulting or some variation of that down there. Is there some significance to that?
No.
Did dollars and cents pay Mr. Schwartz any money for a reason other than consulting services?
No.
And dollars and cents give anything of any value to Mr. Schwartz for anything other than his consulting service?
No.
I'll mark this as Exhibit D. Can you see that I'm restrained to a well-marked document? Okay. This was Exhibit G to Mr. Schwartz's, again, late 2024 deposition, except it was 177 pages. I just redacted it. This is the first page, so you can see that it's from his bank account. And then this is, if you look at the top of the page, December 15, 2023, I got 2 transactions, which I think maybe you were referencing earlier. It appeared that in November 30, 2023, you sent a Dell payment from you to Mr. Schwartz individually with somehow there was a memo on there for a Sunbiz fee for new LLC for $150. Do you see that?
Yes, yes.
Is that what happened?
That's my recollection. I didn't remember it until you brought it up and hit that position in September of last year.
Okay. So that was a payment for you individually to him individually on that date for $150.
Yeah, it was basically on behalf of dollars and cents so that he could register a company for the work he was doing and dollars and cents can have its own sell.
I got you. So this was part of his compensation?
I guess you would call it that, yeah.
Does dollars and cents have an interest in the new LLC that Mr. Schwartz was setting up?
It does not.
How about you?
I do not.
Is that the Gaffel LLC? Is that
I believe so.
Stevens reference there?
I believe so.
Do you represent Gaffel LLC?
I do not.
Okay. For sure. That put back to the documents that you provided to me. So the first one, it is the agreement to assign a contract for sale and purchase. This is a 1-page document. Can you just briefly describe to us what that is?
Yeah, I kind of covered it before, but Mr. Schwartz knew the seller or sellers of a house. My recollection is entered into a contract with him in 2021. As she was a distressed seller, and then Mr. Schwartz wanted to sign the contract. So myself and a friend felt it was a good investment and agreed to the assignment.
Okay. Let me show you this next document, the settlement statements. This is 2 pages. It's been dated from March 2021. You just tell us what this is real quick.
That's a closing statement from when the house was acquired. And it shows the assignment fee that he paid to Mr. Schwartz.
Is that address been 2696 Sunset Lake? Is that the address of our property?
I believe so, but I don't remember.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, so yeah. Could you see that 446 Southeast 28 Terrace? Is that the address of the house?
And I honestly don't remember. I think it says it is. I can assume that's the subject property.
Okay, very good. Let me show you a third document that you provided. It's this consulting agreement, and it's an 8-page document with some redactions. Can you tell us just generally what this document is?
This was the agreement between Dollars and Cents Dealership Consulting Inc. Mr. Schwartz for the consulting work he did.
And so the payment log that we went through earlier, that was the payments consistent with this consulting agreement. Is that correct?
Yes.
And this consulting agreement was terminated as of some point in time in around May of this year?
Correct.
Okay. And the redactions that you made here are because of trade secret operational issues. Is that correct?
Yes.
This is the issue page. Well, it's really 1 page. Let's our second page blank. The payment log between Dollars and Cents to David Schwartz. Did you create this document?
Yes.
How did you create this document?
I had a list of that you wouldn't have been able to read. My handwriting scribbled, and I would put it into legible content based on the request that the magistrate said I should provide a payment ledger.
You're confident that this is a complete payment log between dollars and cents and Mr. Ford's?
Yes.
And you created this?
Correct.
The last document that you provided is payment log as your initials to Mr. Schwartz. I think we talked about this earlier. These are the payments that you made individually to him, correct?
Yes.
How did you make this document?
I typed it.
Okay. Where did you guess the source it from?
Oh, same from a list of checks I had scribbled as a record of payment that would have been illegible.
Are you confident that this is accurate and complete list of payments between you individually to Mr. Ford's?
Yes.
Very good. So what I'd like to do is make a closet exhibit E, which will be the documents that you've provided, the assignment, the closing statements, the consulting agreement, and the 2 payment logs. Let me go back to exhibit A. So let's get a couple of questions, and then I believe I'm going to take a pause, and then I may be done. Bear with me. So can you see the exhibit A, the re-notice of your depot?
Yes.
Okay. Just scroll down to the documents requested. Does dollars and cents have a personnel or an independent contractor file on Mr. Ford's?
No.
And you have something like that individually?
I'm sorry.
Do you have when you append him or the kin coral property? Does you have some sort of individual or personnel file on him?
No, I did not.
And in terms of the contracts with Mr. Schwartz, whether it be individually with dollars and cents or otherwise, do you have any other contracts other than the consulting agreement that you provided to me?
Or there may be a contract from related to the house prior to the date requested, prior to January 1st of 2022.
Mr. Schwartz testified or made reference to a non-disclosure agreement or an NAA in his deposition. Do you individually or on behalf of dollars and cents present him with an NAA to sign?
I think what he's referring to is in the confidentiality section that I redacted out of the consulting agreement.
Okay. Other than the terms and conditions of the consulting agreement in Exhibit E, was there any other NDA or non-disclosure agreement between you individually or dollars and cents and then Mr. Ford's?
There may be. I don't remember one.
As far as number four, the documentation and transferring value, is the payment ledger that you provided to me in that response to that question?
That's really in response to what the number 3.
I got it. Okay. You have a document in number 4. You have anything that fits that category?
I do not.
Well, what number 5?
I do not.
Is there such a documentation or dollars and cents?
No.
How about number 6? Do you have any documentation that's a category?
What I gave you, what I have is what I gave you in that contract.
And then, well, how about for dollars and cents? With those dollars and cents?
That's what I gave you, dollars and cents. There's nothing else determining the rate of documentation of rate of payment that I know of.
And then the documents that you gave, also look at number 7, the documents you gave may fit that category. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You have any other documentations that category?
No, not in that time frame.
Aside from what you've given me, are there any other agreements or contracts between you and Mr. Schwartz relating to the Cape Coral property?
No, not in that time frame.
That time frame being 2022 to present.
Right.
Correct.
And number 10, any of that documentation that you haven't provided to me?
He had no ownership interest in that property.
Okay. Number 11, if you have any of the documents that description.
No, nothing else. There's nothing regarding the house in that time frame.
Anything else? Any other contracts with Force? You individually in the short.
There may be the agreement I mentioned earlier that I couldn't find.
Okay. And what about, aside from the consulting agreement, or any other agreements between Force and all dollars and cents that would fit that category?
That would fit 11? No.
That seems like a question for as well. Do you have any of that documentation?
No.
Is there a verbal agreement between dollars and cents and David Whitworth is written up to my period?
No.
And then 13, I believe I've covered this, but aside from the terms and conditions of the consulting agreement, were you able to locate any other NVA?
I did not. Any other one for that time frame.
All right. Can I take 5 minutes and then we'll wrap this up?
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna have follow that, by the way.
That's fine. So it's a little bit before 10:45. So why don't we just come back at 10:50, make it clean, and we can. I'll have some. I may as well look. I will toss it to you.
Say 10:50.
550. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Same. We are going.